Hey, it's Amy from the Mindful Soul Center. Bună ziua, bonjour, bine ai venit, hello, ciao, hey, yo, welcome. I want you to know that every Wednesday you can practice yoga live with a Mindful Soul Center virtually. Want more info? Shoot me an email, hello@themindfulsoulcenter.com. And before we get started, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and give us a thumbs up. You'll get notified when new videos appear. You can also find us on Instagram and Pinterest at the Mindful Soul Center. Visit our website, themindfulsoulcenter.com. Now let's get started.
So just sit with your legs crossed however you're most comfortable, and then just put your hands on your knees and close your eyes. And just breathe naturally. And try to breathe just in and out through your nose. Now I'm going to start the practice with the chant of Om, so you can join in or not. It's entirely up to you, but I'm going to do it on the second exhale. So I'm going to place my hands at the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. You can gently open your eyes. And then we're going to start on all fours. So just make sure you're hip width distance apart. The tops of your feet are flat on the mat. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. And your fingers are spread wide on the mat. And your index finger is parallel to the long edge of the mat. And then with an inhale and an exhale, we'll do cat and cow. And then you just follow your own natural breath. So then as we do it, and when we do it, so we inhale where we arch our back looking up. And then we exhale like the cat. And then you can just keep going at your own pace of your breath. And if you want to stretch your legs back or move around, you can do that too. But whatever you do, try to make your breath even. So your inhale is even with your exhale. Now the next exhale, push back to child's pose, and you can widen your knees or you can keep them close together. It's up to you. Extend your arms in front of you. And then we'll roll back up, and then we'll do a few more of the cat and cow. So inhale, looking up. Exhale, like the kitty cat. And then this time, let's extend our right leg back, and then our left leg back into plank pose. And then if it's too strenuous to begin with, just put your knees down. But if you want, you can keep it straight. We're going to take a couple of breaths. And put your knees down, they can be wide, and then push back to child's pose. And then roll forward to plank pose, so that if your knees were extended, just make sure that they're back together. And then press up, or keep your knees down. We're just building a little heat to warm up the body. And this is good to strengthen the core. Let's put our knees down, back to child's pose with an exhale. And then one last time, we're going to put our arms forward, get our knees back together, and then stretch out for plank, or keep your knees down. And then on the next exhale, I want you to push your hips up for your first downward dog. You can pedal out your feet. Bend your knees. Try to keep your shoulders away from your ears. If you can, straighten both legs. Tuck in your tummy. And then we're just going to bend our knees and look forward with an inhale. And then we'll exhale up. And then we'll do that 2 more times. So we'll inhale looking forward, bending our knees. Exhale up. And the last time, look forward, bend your knees. And exhale back to downward dog. So let's get to the top of our mat by walking our feet forward. You can bend your knees. And then we meet in forward fold. And let the weight of your head pull you down. Your knees can be bent. Your belly on your thighs. Your hands could be on the floor, or you can grab your elbows. Whatever is most comfortable for you. We're going to inhale for a half lift, opening the shoulders, looking forward, and then exhale down. Now let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, fold down with an exhale. 3rd time, half lift, exhale down. And then this time, we're just going to slowly roll up. And then we'll start with doing just a few more little stretches. So let's raise our arms all the way up top. And then lower them down. And you can put your chin down to your chest when we lower down. And then inhale, looking up, hands up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale your arms down. And then we're going to inhale our arms up. We're going to grab our left wrist, pull all the way up, and then tilt to the right. So for a side body stretch. You can look up to the ceiling or you can look forward. Make sure your shoulder is not slouching over, but it's stretched back. Inhale, arms up, and then we'll switch sides. So grab your right wrist with your left hand, and then exhale over. Then inhale up, and then release your arms down. Okay, and then we'll just come to the top of our mats, and our feet are hip-width distance apart. Let's make sure we're stable, so you can lift your toes and put them back down. Hands at your heart. So let's lift our arms all the way up with an inhale, and then float all the way down with an exhale to fold. Half lift with an inhale. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back, your left foot back. Knees, chest, chin, or you can do the flat all the way down, however you like to get there. And then we're going to inhale for cobra. And then we're going to exhale and push it up to downward dog. And then we're going to step up our right foot and then our left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands at our heart. Did I say exhale? Whatever. Move with your breath. And mostly rely on me, but not always. So inhale your arms up. Exhale and float all the way down. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale down. Step your right foot back, your left foot back. Knees, chest, chin, or lower down, whatever your preferred method is. And then this time when we inhale for cobra, let's lift our hands off the mat. Exhale your head down. Push it up to downward dog, and we're going to take a few breaths here. So let's step our right foot up to the top of the mat, our left foot next to it. Half lift with an inhale looking forward. Exhale down. Arms wide with an inhale looking all the way up top. Hands at our heart. I want to do that one more time. So let's inhale our arms all the way up and then float all the way down. Half lift. Exhale down. Step your right foot back, your left foot back, and then we're going to roll forward, knees, chest, chin. And this time, if you feel warm enough, then let's go for upward dog. So lifting your hips off the mat. And then we're going to exhale to downward dog. Now you guys stay in downward dog while I get this spider off of my mat. Last week I had ants. This week I have a spider. Okay. So, let me get back in downward dog. Okay. So, let's lift our right leg up with an inhale. And let's bend our knee, exhale our knee to our nose. And then let's kick our foot back up with an inhale. And then exhale our knee to our right elbow. And then let's kick it back up one more time. And let's put our knee in towards our nose and then right through to the center. So our foot, we're now in the lunge. Forward facing lunge. Turn your back foot on an angle and then slowly lift up your arms to warrior one. And then try to keep, again, just like downward dog, try to keep your ears and your shoulders away from one another. Shoulders down, shoulder blades down your back, thumbs facing backwards, arms along your ears, fingers wide. And if you're a little tired today, then you could put your arms down to like your hands on your waist or in prayer position. So our hands down around our front foot, turn our back foot so our toes are facing forward, step back our right foot to downward dog. Oh my God, the spider came back. Okay, that's all right. He's not in my way. Let's uplift our left leg up. Exhale our knee to our nose. Inhale up again. Knee to left elbow. Inhale. Kick it back up. And our left leg is going forward and through to the center, and you can use your hands to help you get there. Now, you can turn your back foot on a 30 or 45 degree angle, whatever is most comfortable, and then slowly lift up your arms for warrior one. Make sure your knee is over your ankle, and try to make sure that your weight is centered. So you're pushing back into the back edge of your foot, and simultaneously you're pushing your weight in your front foot. Hands at your heart if it's feeling too strenuous. And let's exhale our hands down around our left foot. Turn our right foot, toes forward. Step back our left foot to meet our right. Okay, now this time we're going to lift our right leg up, and then we're just going to put it straight through the center. Turn our back foot, and then we're going to do one breath of warrior one, and then let's open up to warrior two. So if you need to extend your distance of your legs, you can do that. Imagine your shoulder blades touching each other behind you, and look towards your front middle finger. You can check to see if your front knee is over your ankle. Now let's flip our right palm and reverse our warrior. And then as we exhale, let's straighten our front leg and our arms are lifted. Let's push our back hip back down and we're going to lean over into triangle pose. So you can have your hand on your thigh, on your ankle, or down on the ground. And if you want, if it's uncomfortable, you can, if your left hand should be up and looking towards your fingers, or you can look forward to, if your neck is strained, or you can even put your arm behind your back and rolling that shoulder back. And imagine the opposing forces of your front leg and your back leg. You're kind of pushing them both towards the middle, even though they're fixed on the ground. Now, if your arm was up, then you can lower it down and slowly rise up. And then we're going to turn our right foot to be forward, just like our left foot is. And we're going to do a wide leg forward fold. So let's roll our shoulders back and inhale, looking up. And then slowly bend over from your waist and allow your head to pull down. Feel the weight, and then release your arms down and grab your big toes. You can look at the tip of your nose, or you can look at the back wall. Notice your tummy muscles. Are they tight? Are they just hanging there? What's happening with them? Now slowly let go of your toes and just slowly rise up. Okay, hands at your waist. And then we're going to do another one, but this time we're going to put our hands flat on the ground. So we'll just lift them up to the midpoint. So our arms are extended. We can just look up. Our shoulder blades are kind of touching behind us. And then we're just going to fold over and then allow our hands to come down to the center of the mat. And let's put our hands flat on the ground if we can. And maybe you can extend your distance a tiny bit if it's not distressing. If it's distressing, then stay where you are. But if you can, put your hands down and see if they can be alongside the long edge of your feet. They're in the middle, but they're not past your toes or your heels. And notice how your stomach muscles maybe feel very different even in this position. What are the other muscles in your body that you might feel that you didn't feel before? Okay, and then with the next inhale, just slowly rise up. Okay, and then we're going to heel toe a little bit in so that we don't fall over. And then just get back to the top of your mat. And then we're just going to step it right back to downward dog. Now this time we're going to lift our left leg up with an inhale. And then we're going to put our knee through to the center. And then arrive in warrior one. So turn your back foot. And then with an inhale, lift up. On the next exhale, turn to warrior two, extending your arms, touching your shoulder blades behind you. Each arm is being pulled in the opposite direction. Maybe check to make sure that your ankle, your knee, that they're in line with one another. Now flip your left palm and then inhale as you reverse your warrior. And then we're going to exhale, extending our arms, straighten our front leg, push our hip backwards, our back hip backwards. And then we're going to slowly go into triangle pose on the other side here. It may feel very different on one side versus the other. You can look up towards your fingertips or you can put your hand behind your back. So try to make sure that your shoulder is rolling back, your top shoulder. And no death grips on your leg in the front. So it should be relaxed, so your hand can be on your calf, on your thigh, all the way down to the ground, whatever is most comfortable for you. Put our arm midway, our back arm, and then we can slowly roll up. And now you'll be facing the other side of your wide edge of your mat. And we're going to do another forward fold, but this time we're going to do one where we're grasping our hands together behind us, and we're putting our thumbs on our tailbone. And we're going to roll our shoulders back and down, and pulling your hands down. Make sure your legs are not too wide. And then with an inhale, looking up, slowly lean over from the waist. And then you can begin to lift your arms up. Wherever they go, if it's 1 inch, if it's 5 inches, or if it's all the way it's over top of your head, if you're Gumby. Gumby. I remember Gumby. I'm Gumby, damn it. What's that? And if you want to push your limit a little bit more, lifting your hands, do it on the exhale only. And then with the next exhale, release your hands back to on your back, and then inhale, slowly rise up. And then you can heel toe, so you can get your feet closer together, and then just come back to the top of your mat. All right, so let's just hands at our heart. Let's exhale our fingertips down to the floor, bending our knees. Our belly is on our thighs, and we're going to push our butt back a bit. So we're always going to make sure we can see our toes, because we're going to just do inhale our arms up for chair. But then we exhale immediately down to forward fold. And then we're going to inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold down. And then we're going to step our right foot back, our left foot back, and then we're going to do knees, chest, and chin. Upward dog. Inhale. Exhale to downward dog. I think I killed the spider. Oh. Okay, so let's take our right foot and step it forward. We're going to turn our back foot on an angle, and then one inhale, arms all the way up for warrior one. And then let's lower our left arm down, and then we're going to cross our body, and we're going to actually turn. So let's turn our right foot so our toes are facing the wide edge, and then our left foot is now going to, we're going to bend our back knee, which is now our front knee. If that made any sense. And then let's lift our arms up for warrior one. I hope that made sense. Oh my goodness. Ears away from the shoulders. Now this time we're going to lower our right hand down in front of us, and we're going to stay facing this direction, and we're just going to go into warrior two for a couple of breaths. Looking at our middle fingers, making sure that our thigh is directly over our mat, and we're not letting our knee roll in or outwardly. Pushing our shoulder blades together. And then we're going to simply we're going to put our hands on our waist or cross them, and we're going to turn our left foot to be now toes facing the wide edge, right foot facing the short edge, and again, bending our knee, lifting our arms for warrior two. Try to keep your arms steady and even. I can feel mine sometimes flopping down. Okay, let's flip our right palm, reverse our warrior, and then let's spill our hands around our right foot, turn the left foot toes forward, step back to downward dog, and you can do a vinyasa or not. So either stay in downward dog, or roll forward, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga if you're feeling strong enough, and then upward dog with an inhale, and then exhale, downward dog. Okay, let's just get to the top of your mat, however you want to get there. And we're going to forward fold. And then slowly rise up. And then we're going to do some balancing of like the Shiva's dance stuff. So it depends on if you want to do the full expression or not. But what we're going to do, I'll kind of stand on an angle. Maybe that would be better. Okay. So we're going to lift our right leg. So you can lift your knee. So our knee is bent. And then we can take our left hand on our knee and then place our right hand towards the back. And if you feel steady, you can turn your head to look towards the back wall. And slowly bring your head forward. And your hand back front. And then set down your your foot. Unbend your knee. And then we'll do the other side. So lift our left leg. Our foot is flexed. And then we put our right hand on our knee. Stretch our left arm back. And then if you feel steady enough, you can turn your head to look. I don't feel steady enough today, so I'm not going to turn my head. And you can set your foot down. Okay, so you might have done this before. I don't know if you do this or not, but the full expression of the pose of that is to lift the knee, and then you would grab with your fingers, your opposite hand. You would grab your toes and stretch your leg forward. Whoops. And then look back. And I just wanted to show you this because one thing that I found is that sometimes I could do the advanced part, right? But then the preparation part that's supposed to be the easy part is like more difficult sometimes. So it's like even when you do the full expression of the pose sometimes, you should just try to go back to the preparation, the other preparation. But we can try that again. I just wanted to, and you can use the wall or something if you want. But basically, we're lifting our leg just like we did before. We're grabbing our big toe with our peace fingers and our thumb, stretching out our leg forward as we stretch our arm back. And then you can turn your head towards to look at your thumb. But then when we come out of it, we always try to be very steady. So, and then we'll just try it on the other side, and then we'll move on to something else. But I just wanted to mention that about, like, sometimes what's supposed to be easy is harder and vice versa. So, so we're going to grab our left, big toe, and then we put our arm back, and then we look towards our back. And I think I'm going to fall out. This is my bad side. I struggle with this side. But when we fall out, we just try again. Okay, so I want us to all get really good at Shiva's dance because then we can add it into a flow sometime. But so I want to show you guys one other thing today, so now let's actually get right down onto the ground. And so I want you guys to like lift your arms and then fold over and reach. And then I'm just grabbing something while you do that. So I'll meet you there. And so you can hold onto your ankles or your toes or the sides of your feet. Some people are very hyper flexible and some people are very tight in different muscles. This is, if your lower back has been bothering you, I don't want you to do the next thing, but I wanted to show this thing in case. I find this very helpful. So when we do a forward fold, there's different variations. So one is grabbing our toes, we look forward, and then we exhale down. And then another variation is putting our hands over our feet, but we can't always get there. Some people don't have the flexibility. So what you can do, you can take a washcloth and you can put it out, and then you can bend your knees like this, and you can actually put your hands, I think my fat stomach's in the way. your hands here, and then you can use the washcloth to slide your feet. And then if you can only get to a certain point, you can just hold it there. But it'll help you get further and further each time. So then maybe the next time you can hold for a while longer, and then until you get your legs straight ultimately. But that's a way that you can do that. And you can also use that technique for doing the sides of your feet. So if you can, you would just normally lift up and extend and grab the sides of your feet. But if you can't, then you use the washcloth. So I just wanted to share that with you because it's a really good little technique. I had to use it a lot, and I still use it. Sometimes I'm okay, sometimes I'm not. So it depends on the day. My body decides what it wants to do. So the next thing that I would like for us to do is to the head to knee pose. So we're going to take our right foot and we're putting our the sole of our foot on our inner thigh, and then we're making sure that our hips are forward, that our back is straight, our extended leg, our foot is flexed, and we're going to inhale, and then we're going to exhale and fold forward. And then slowly roll up, and then we'll switch sides. So we're going to extend our right foot, bend our left knee, our sole of our foot is on our inner thigh, our right foot is flexed. Make sure that you're sitting straight and your hips are forward. Excuse me. And then we're going to inhale. You inhale your arms up, and then grab your foot for the head to knee pose. Then slowly roll up with an inhale. And then let's extend both legs. And then put our hands next to our hips, pressing down, roll our shoulders back. We'll just stay here for a moment for a couple of breaths. Tighten your abdomen. And then release with an exhale. Let's take bridge pose. So let's just lie back with your knees bent. So slowly roll down. Your lower back is on the mat. Your heels are close to your butt. Feet together, arms alongside, shoulder blades tucked under. And then press your hands and your feet into the mat. And then with the next inhale, lift up your lower back. And if you want, you can clasp your hands underneath. And on the exhales, if you want to push your hips up further, then do that. And exhale, slowly release. And let's do one more time for that. So make sure that your feet are on the ground, hands down, shoulder blades tucked under. Inhale, your back and hips up. And on the next exhale, slowly lower down. And then release your shoulder blades, and then just widen your feet a little bit, and then windshield wiper them. Your knees. Back and forth. And then, now I want you to extend your legs, and then place your arms like underneath your butt and hips. So maybe actually before you even extend your legs, you can get your arms under there. So your arms are underneath your butt and hips. Your hands are basically under your butt, but your palms are facing downward. So now what I want you to do, your toes are pointed, and then I want you to press up on your elbows, so you're arching your upper back, lifting your head up for fish pose. Then slowly release your head, release your arms, and then bring your knees closer to your butt again while you're reclined. And then flop open your knees. And then let your soles of your feet meet. And you can put your hands on your belly or one on your heart, one on your belly, whatever's comfortable for you. And just relax. Now put both knees together, and then turn to either your right or your left, whatever side you want. So, and allow your arms to push yourself up. And then we're gonna do fire log pose, or you can either do easy pose or fire log pose. So fire log is you have your right leg down, your calf is like parallel to the long edge of your mat, your foot is flexed, and then your left leg is just right on top. So maybe you need to I need to lift up my butt to kind of adjust myself. And this way my foot is over my knee, and then my knee is over my foot, like fire logs on a fire. So with this one, we're going to take our arms, and you don't have to do anything fancy with them. You just want to put one behind your back and then the other one behind you. So if you can grab your, grabbing both of your forearms with your hands, and then just inhale looking up, and then slowly lean over. I want your chin on your chest if you can, and just allow the weight of your head to pull you down a little bit. And your arms are clasped behind your back. Nice, long, steady breaths. Now on the next inhale, slowly rise up. And then release your arms. And then with your fingers facing forward, place your hands like you're kind of right behind your like hips and butt area, right? So like roll your shoulders back and your hands are on the ground, but they're just right behind you and they're close to your body. And then just arch your back a little bit and look up. Your arms are extended so they're straight. You're opening up the front body, taking nice deep breaths. Your butt is still on the ground. And then slowly put your chin forward and then push up. And then while you're still in fire log pose, if your legs are okay, take your index finger and your thumbs and make like a little circle, and then place the rest of your fingers, each three together, and then turn like the eyes of your elbows. So you're gonna place your wrists on your knee area. And then look at the tip of your nose. And if you can put your chin on your chest, but it's good to look at the tip of your nose. Take long, steady breaths. Your tailbone is kind of tucked under. Your back is not arched. You're straight back. And you can release your hands and then release your legs. And yes, I'm actually going to ask you to do one more movement where we stand up. And then the reason why I want you to do it is because I want you to feel the difference too. So stand at the top of your mat, and we're just going to do like one little quick flow. So let's lift our arms all the way up overhead, looking up, and then float all the way down with an exhale. And notice how your body feels this whole time. Really pay attention. Half lift looking forward. Exhale down. Step your right foot back, your left foot back. You can do knees, chest, chin, or straight down, however you like. Cobra or upward dog, it's up to you. And then exhale for downward dog. And so let's step our right foot forward and our left foot forward. We're going to forward fold. And let's just raise our arms all the way up slowly. Hands at our heart. Okay, and now get ready for Shavasana. So you can just sit right back down on your mat. And maybe you want to think about like even how your body felt like in the beginning and at the end, and how was it different? So lie back. Your feet are wider. Your legs are wider. Your feet are flopping over. Your palms are face up. Arms are away from the side of your body. Close your eyes. And then scan your body. Notice, is there any place where there's tension still? Relax your forehead. Relax your cheeks. And your eyelids. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Let your arms melt into the floor. Let your back and chest just melt into the floor. Relax your hips and your legs. Slowly open your eyes. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe do a stretch. And when you're ready, just sit up to a seated position. Okay, so just close your eyes for a moment and take a moment to thank your I can't speak English. Thank yourself for practicing today, for taking care of your body, and for new friends and meeting people. Yay! So place your hands at your heart, and I honor the light within you. Namaste.
Seriously, thank yourself for showing up today and doing this practice. Don't forget to give yourself a kiss and a hug too. Ask me any questions in the comments. Let me know what level practices you'd like to see here and what time lengths. Join us next week live, or revisit this video or try one of the other ones. You can find more resources and information at themindfulsoulcenter.com. Namaste.